Okay, we're going to do another class now, this time using the roll. If you don't have one, don't worry about it, just do the exercises on the mat. So we're standing up, feet are hip width apart, have a look down, make sure they are from your hip bones at the front here, not from the sides out here. So feet directly underneath, and they are more or less parallel, weight evenly distributed around the outside edge, big toe joint, centre of the heel behind, so you've got a nice little arch here under the feet. Then we're drawing up through the knees, so quads are working, don't lock the knees out. Standing up nice and tall, natural curve forward behind the waistline, and we're taking a deep breath in through the nose. And breathing out, releasing any tension in the body. Next breath in, and breathing out. Take the weight a little way forward, take the weight a little way back, and come back to the centre of the feet where you feel grounded. Next breath in. And breathing out. Pelvic floor now. Draw sit bones together. Draw coccyx and pubic bone together. And lift just to the point you can feel them working. And hold them there. Next breath in. And breathing out. Gently tightening abdominals. Flattening and widening across the hip bones at the front. Hold them there as well. Next breath, rib cage coming wide at the sides. And breathing out, rib cage closing in and down. Next breath, shoulders coming up to ears. And breathing out, shoulder blades sliding down the back in a gentle V towards the spine. Leave shoulders there, take another deep breath in. And breathing out, crown of the head reaching up to the ceiling, fingertips to shoulders, easing them through. 4 really big circles one way. And 4 really big circles coming back the other way. And then drop the arms down. Gently turn the head to one side, drop the chin. Circle round, look down over the other shoulder. Drop and circle. And circle. And circle. And bring the head back to centre. Tilt to one side and lift. Tilt and lift. Tilt, lift, tilt and lift. We're rolling down now. If you shouldn't roll down, then you can keep the back neutral. Stick the bottom out, stick the chest out, keep the back neutral all the way through. Take a breath in and breathing out. Come back up the same way. If you're okay to roll down and breathing in, breathing out. Lengthen the back of the neck first. One vertebra after another coming over and coming down just as far as feels right for your back. Deep breath in, side and back of rib cage open wide. And breathing out. Pelvic floor and tummy staying gently tightened as you roll back up. Restack the spine. Shoulder blades sliding down the back. Tops of the ears floating up to the ceiling. Breathing in. And out to lengthen. Even movement as far as you're going. Deep breath in, side and back of rib cage. And breathing out, even movement coming back up, restack. Shoulder blades sliding down wide across the front of the chest. Breathing in and breathing out. Even movement coming down. Deep breath in, side and back of rib cage open wide. Pelvic floor and tummies gently tightened. Rolling back up, restack the spine, regain the natural arch. Shoulder blades sliding down and tops of the ears floating up to the ceiling. So we're going to balance on one leg and then the other. So choose one and then lift the other leg. So you can keep the leg low or you can bring it up high, up to you. Don't sink down into the supporting side. So lifting up out of the pelvis, arms are to here, elbows down, up to the ceiling, to the sides and fold in, elbows down. Reach up to the sides, fold in and reverse. Coming up, elbows down and out out to the side, up, elbows down, out, take the arms out, float them down, and swap to the other side. So again, foot low or high, fix your eyes on a spot that's not moving, lift up out of the pelvis, arms to here, elbows down, reach up, out to the sides, fold in, elbows down, reach up, out, and in, and reverse. Coming up, elbows down, out to the sides, up, elbows down, and out. Take the arms out, float them down, bring the leg down, give the legs a little shake. So we're going to start off with spinal rotation on 4-point kneel, and you can have the hands on the roll. So the hands are just slightly forward of the shoulders, knees directly under the hips, back neutral, neck long, pelvic floor, tummy gently tightened. So your gentler version, you're leaving the roll where it is and just having a gentle tuck under 3 times, and then come back and then swap to the other side. If you're okay to take it a little bit further than that, you can let the roll go away from you and you get a nice stretch around the shoulder joint as well, and a much bigger rotation. So up to you which one you do. We're going to do it 8 times through. So breathing in to prepare, breathing out, tuck under 1 and 2 and 3 and come up. Other side, 1 and 2 and 3 and come up. Exhale, 1 and 2 and 3 and up. Exhale, 1 and 2 and 3 and come up. 4 more. 1, 2, 3 and up. Exhale, 1 and 2, 3 and come up. Exhale, 1 and 2 and 3 and up. Exhale, 1 and 2, 3 and come up. And then we're going on to our backs. If you're happy to go onto the roll, then you need to make sure the tailbone is right down at one end. And the feet are hip width apart. If you don't have a roll, or if you don't want to go onto the roll, then that's fine. You can just do the exercises on the mat. While you can see them, make sure the feet are hip width apart, knees hip width apart, line up the spine, and when you're all the way down, check that the head is fully supported. If not, then slide down a little way. Pop the soft ball in between the knees, or a cushion if you don't have a soft ball. And arms are just long and relaxed by your sides. So we're gently tucking the pelvis under behind the waistline, pressing into the roll, and ease it gently back to the natural arch. Tucking all the way under, and ease it gently back to neutral. Don't force that arch. All the way down, and release. So we're just gently rocking the pelvis, easing out any tension in the low back, warming it up, getting some mobility there, and then we'll set up in neutral. So to be in neutral, tailbone is down, natural arch forward behind the waistline. To be absolutely sure, hip bones at the front of pubic bone are level with each other. We're taking a deep breath in, side and back of ribcage open wide. And breathing out, ribcage closing in. Deep breath in. And breathing out, ribcage closing down. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, gently engage pelvic floor, hold it there. Deep breath in, and breathing out, gently tightening abdominals, flattening and widening across the hip bones at the front. So pelvic floor and lower belly stay gently tightened, and we're going to practice tightening the muscles between top of pelvis, bottom rib. So we're breathing in, and strong exhale to tighten up. Inhale, side of rib cage, and release to neutral. Inhale, exhale, contract. Inhale, stay, and release. Inhale, exhale, tighten up. Inhale, hold, release to neutral, inhale, exhale, tighten up, inhale, stay, and exhale, release. And then take the ball away. So we're going to now test the core by taking one leg away from the torso and bringing it back. You can keep one foot down on the mat and work one leg at a time. So we're in neutral, pelvic floor tummy gently tightened, breathing in, breathing out to tighten up. You could take one leg to tabletop, touch down and lift, or legs straight to the ceiling, lower and lift. You could work both legs off and alternate. So if you've got one foot on the mat and you're working one leg at a time, you're going to do 8 with one leg and 8 with the other leg. If you're working both legs up, you're going to work 16 alternate. So take the legs straight up to the ceiling if you want to, if you can, and you're inhaling to take the leg away. Don't let it rest down there, and exhale to lift. Inhale, reach away, and exhale to the ceiling. Inhale away, and lift, and reach out, and lift. So all the time making sure the distance between top of pelvis, bottom rib stay the same. Don't get any bigger or smaller. And then you know that pelvis and spine are stable and the core is working hard. And we've got another 8 to go. Reaching away and lift to the ceiling. Reach out and lift. Lower, lift, lower, and lift. If you're working in tabletop, make sure the thigh is going away from the torso. Don't just drop the lower leg. It won't challenge the core and you'll put a lot of strain on the knees. And then when you've finished, one leg down, second leg down, reach the legs away, reach the arms away, have a good stretch through. Flex the feet, reach the heels away, let the ribs flare up, and then bring the feet back onto the mat, hip width apart. So make sure they are hip width apart and not out to here, because if they're out at the size of the mat, the legs are doing the work for you. You need to have feet hip width apart so the core is working hard. So we're going to test out balance now. We're taking one leg tabletop, second leg tabletop, and we're floating one arm to the ceiling and floating it back down. If you are not very balanced, worried about taking the arm up too far, just keep it low and just ease the hand off the mat and then ease it back down again. So 4 more. Alternating arms, really tight round the middle. And then bring one leg down, bring the other leg down, release back into neutral, take a breather. Again, make sure the feet hip width apart, back neutral, pelvic floor tummy gently tightened, breathe in, breathe out to tighten up. We're taking both arms up to the ceiling and we're going to go try for a single leg lift and bring the leg back down. Again, you can keep the foot low and not take it all the way up. Up to you. See how it feels, test it out. One more each side. And then reach the legs, reach the arms, have a stretch. Flex the feet, reach left heel, left arm. Right heel, right arm. Left heel, left arm. Right side again. And release. So now we are going to do knee drop with single arm fly. So we're going to test out the balance, test out whether you can keep the pelvis level, by taking one knee out to the side and bring it back to center, other leg staying still, and then repeat to the other side. So we'll start off with the arms, the elbows down, middle finger on the hip bone at the front, thumb on the bottom rib, so you can keep a check on what's happening around the middle to make sure the pelvis isn't rocking side to side or tilting backwards or forwards. Okay, so we're inhaling to release the right knee out to the side and exhale to bring it center. Inhale, left knee out and exhale, draw in. Right knee to the side and bring it center. Left knee out and draw it in. And then arms joining in as well. Right knee, left arm. Exhale, center. Left knee, right arm, and draw them in. So control the leg going out so you can keep control of the pelvis. Left knee, right arm, and draw in. Right knee, left arm, and center. Left knee, right arm, and in. Right knee, left arm, and center. And left knee, right arm, and draw them in. Now we're going to take the arm back instead of out to the side. So right knee out, left arm back. Exhale, draw in. Left knee out, right arm behind you, ribs staying soft, and draw in. Right knee, left arm, and center. Left knee, right arm, and bring them in. Right knee, left arm, and center. Left knee, right arm, and bring them back. 4 more. Right knee, left arm, and center. Left knee, right arm, and draw them in. Right knee, left arm, and center. And left knee, right arm, and bring them back. Bring the arms down by your sides and relax. Okay. So now we're going to do hip rolls into bridge with arm raises. So your choices are, you can stay on the roll, you can come off the roll and go onto the mat, in which case no blocks behind the head. You can, if you want to, have the feet on the roll, grab your soft ball and put it in between your knees. So feet are hip width apart, draw the heels in towards the seat. If you're working feet on the roll, make sure the arches of the feet are right on top. If it's too far away, it will put a lot of strain on the hamstrings, and also it may roll away from you as you go to push down. So any problems with the back, and you should stay flexion free, for example, disc problems or osteoporosis, you're only going to go into pelvic tilt. You're not going to peel all the way up. In which case, you're breathing in, breathing out, contract and tuck under, behind the waistline, pressing into the mat. Breathe inside of rib cage and release gently back to neutral. You might be able to come up a little way, but not all the way, in which case breathe in, breathing out to tuck under, squeeze into the glutes, maybe just peel a little bit of pelvis off. If you're okay to come all the way up, you're coming up straight line, knee to shoulder, then we'll add in arm raises, and then we'll round off the spine and peel all the way down and come back to neutral. So we're breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, tucking under, squeeze, peel the spine evenly off. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, reach them behind you. Inhale, arms to the ceiling. Exhale, down by your side. Breathe inside of rib cage. Check pelvis is level and hasn't dropped. And breathing out, soften down through the breastbone, peel evenly down through the spine, and come back to neutral. Inhale, exhale, contract, tuck under, squeeze, and peel off. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach them back. Inhale, arms to the ceiling. Exhale, down by your side. Breathe in, stay, and breathing out, rounding off, peeling evenly down, and float off the tailbone to neutral. Inhale, exhale, contract, tuck under, squeeze, one vertebra after another coming up. Arms to the ceiling, reach them back. Arms up, down by your sides, breathe in, stay, and breathing out, rounding off, peeling evenly down and back to neutral. One more, breathing in. Breathing out, contract, tuck under, squeeze and peel off. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, arms up, down by your sides, breathe in, check, and breathing out. One vertebra after another coming down behind the waistline, pelvis down, float off the tailbone to neutral, and move the feet a little further away from you. Okay, back onto the roll now if you want to. So, along the mat, and again, tailbone right down at one end, feet hip width apart, fall back in between the knees, and line up the spine, and check the head is supported. Protraction and retraction of the shoulder blades. So we've got the arms up to the ceiling, shoulder width apart, back neutral, pelvic floor, tummy gently tightened. We're inhaling to reach up to the ceiling, and exhale, let the shoulder blades melt back down and wrap around the roll. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, melt them down. Inhale up to the ceiling. Draw shoulder blades down, reach up, and melt them down. Now squeezing shoulder blades slightly closer together, and release the squeeze. Squeeze and release. Squeeze, release, squeeze, and release. Bring the arms down. We're going to do arm circles. Really nice to do on the roll because you're raised a little bit so you can open the arms a bit more. Okay, move any equipment away from you. Make sure you've got room to circle the arms round without bumping into anything. So again, feet hip width apart, ball in between the knees, back neutral, pelvic floor, tummy gently tightened. Keeping the ribs softly down. We're inhaling to float the arms up, and exhale, reach back, and circle round to the hips. Inhale, float up, exhale behind you, and circle round. Inhale up, exhale, reach back, ribs soft, circle round. One more this way, behind you, and circle round. Reverse it, wide open circles to the ears. Keep the arms shoulder width apart as they come over and down. Inhale out, exhale over and down. Inhale out, over and down. Inhale out, over and down. Now if you want a challenge, you can take the leg into single leg lift, and then you can do some circles one way, and then when you've done 4 or 5 in one direction, swap to the other leg and bring the arms back the other way. And then bring the leg down and have another stretch out. Reach the legs, reach the arms, have a nice stretch through, and then we are going to do a prep. So your choices are, you can stay on the roll, you can go onto your backs, have a block if you want it behind the head, or you can have the roll below the shoulder blades and work from extension to flexion. So if you're working from extension to flexion, pop the ball in between the knees, then you're getting a little bit more work in the upper abs, but because the back is off the mat, it's harder to find neutral and maintain neutral because you're not getting any feedback from the mat. So you need to be strong, you need to have nothing wrong with your back, and you need to be able to keep that lower back in check. So we've got the hands clasped behind the head to support it, elbows wide to the side, back neutral, these 3 bones level with each other, staying stable the whole way through. So we're inhaling to walk the eyes forward, lengthening out the back of the neck, and breathing out. Slide the ribs down towards the pelvis, eye line to just above the knee, tummy stays flat, natural arch forward stays behind the back. Breathe inside of ribcage, and breathing out to peel down, release the head to neutral. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slide ribs down to come up. Inhale, stay. Exhale, peel down. When the head comes down, release to neutral. Inhale, lengthen the back of the neck. Slide ribs down to come up. Inhale, hold. And exhale, peel down. Head neutral. Length and come up. Inhale, stay. Exhale, peel down. Release the head. Lengthen. Slide the ribs. Don't tuck under. Tummy stays flat. Breathe in, hold. And breathing out. Peel down. Head neutral. Lengthen. Slide the ribs down to come up. Inhale, hold. Exhale, peel down. Release the head. And one more. Coming up. Shoulder blades sliding down the back. Inhale, stay. Exhale, peel down. And release the head back to neutral. And then from here we're coming over onto our fronts. Take the roll with you. And you've got the wrists on the roll. When we've done a back extension, we're going to do a double leg extension. So we have the legs hip width apart, turned out in the hip joint. We've got just above the wrists on the roll, arms are very wide apart, and they are more or less straight, don't lock out the elbows. So you can keep this very gentle. Front of pubic bone into the mat, lower belly drawn out of the mat, pelvic floor and tummy is gently tightened. So keeping the pelvis stable, we don't want to increase the arch here, so we don't want to let the pelvis tilt forward. So reach tailbone away from the crown of the head all the way through. Gentle version, inhale, slide shoulder blades down the back, come up slightly higher, and lengthen forward to the start position. So don't come all the way down till the end. So inhale, slide shoulder blades down and come up, and exhale to lengthen away. If you know you're okay to do the more extreme version, swan dive, you've got the legs further apart, very turned out, start and finish in the same position, but in between, as soon as you start the exercise, you're squeezing into the glutes, pointing the pubic bone into the mat. So we're tilting the pelvis, and we need to keep everything tucked away. Keep that connection, top of pelvis, bottom rib, keep everything tucked away to keep this area as open, long and neutral as possible. Okay, so whichever one you're doing, we're going to do 8. We're inhaling to come up and exhale to lengthen forward. Inhale, extend, and exhale, lengthen out. Inhale, coming up, and lengthen forward, and come up, and reach away. Gentle version, coming up slightly higher, pelvis staying stable, and lengthen forward. Inhale up, and exhale, lengthen out. Inhale, extend, and exhale, reach away, and one more, and reach forward. Now with the double leg extension, you can keep the arms and the upper body where they are and just keep them still, or you can bring one hand down on top of the other, forehead resting on the top hand. Legs are hip width apart, turned out in the hip joint, front of pubic bone into the mat, lower belly drawn out, pelvic floor and tummy gently tightened. Again, we want to keep this area long and open. We don't want the pelvis to tilt forward and increase the arch here. So pressing front of pubic bone into the mat all the way through. So we're breathing in, breathing out. Reach the legs along the mat before you let them lift. And inhale to lengthen down. Exhale, reach away. And inhale to lower with control. Exhale, reach. And lower. Reach and lower. So along the mat before they lift and lengthen back down. Reach away and lower. Reach out and lengthen down, and one more, and bring them down. And then pop the hands to the mat, coming up onto 4-point kneel, back neutral, neck long, pelvic floor and tummy gently tightened, breathing in and breathing out to tuck under, Work your way up through the spine, right up to cat stretch. Gently drop the head, deep breath in. And breathing out, feet together, knees apart. Ease back into shell, all of the back rounded off. Deep breath in. And breathing out, stay where you are. Deep breath in. And breathing out, relaxing forwards. Deep breath in, side and back of rib cage. And breathing out, bring the seat down onto the heels, rolling back up, pelvic floor and tummy still gently tightened, coming all the way back up to neutral. Okay, coming up to sitting now, we're going to do neck pull. We're going to start with the prep and then do the full neck pull. If this is not for you, if you shouldn't put loaded flexion into the low back, you can do spine stretch forward instead. Sit on a block to ease out any tension in the low back or the hamstrings. Legs are about hip width apart, sitting up nice and tall. Pelvis is going to stay in neutral. And just the upper body is going to roll down. So you're breathing in, breathing out, lengthen the back of the neck. Upper body rolls down, up and over a beach ball. Lower back stays absolutely stable. Deep breath in, side and back of rib cage open wide. And breathing out, rolling back up, restack to neutral. If you're okay to do neck pull, prep, we're starting with, we have feet hip width apart, ball between the knees, right up on the sit bones in neutral. Hands are to the forehead, elbows wide, shoulder blades sliding down the back. Breathing in, breathing out, contract, tuck under, just as far as all of the back is rounded off. Breathing inside of ribcage to hold. As you breathe out, come all the way over the legs, keep the back bent, and then restack from the tailbone to the crown of the head, shoulders down. Exhale, contract and tuck under. Inhale, stay. Exhale, come forwards. And inhale, restack. Exhale, tucking under. Inhale, hold. Exhale, come forwards. Restack to neutral. Exhale, tucking under. Inhale, hold. Exhale, come forwards. And inhale, restack. If you're going for the full neck pull, you've got the legs straightened together with the feet flexed, and we start lying down. So there is a little cheat or a little help with this one where you can take the arms forward and bring them back to get you over that tricky bit. If this is not for you and you need some support, do by all means use the band, in which case start sitting up so you've got the right tension on the band. So breathing in and out to come all the way down. Lengthen the back of the neck and reach, reach, reach to come up and over. Okay, so the full neck pull. So we're inhaling and exhaling to come up and over. Inhale, restack to neutral, and exhale to come down. So with your little cheat, you just take the arms forward, then straight back, rolling up and rolling all the way down. So inhale, exhale, up and over. Inhale, restack, and exhale, rolling down. Inhale, exhale, up and over. Inhale, restack, and exhale to come down. One more, inhale, exhale, up and over. Inhale, restack, and control it, coming all the way down. Okay, next, one leg circle. So you can go back onto the roll if you want to, or you can do this on the mat, up to you. So we have tailbone down at one end, feet hip width apart, knees bent pointing up to the ceiling, and the back is neutral, pelvic floor, tummy gently tightened. Breathe in, breathe out, pull the ribs down a little bit. because the obliques working help to stop the pelvis rotating. We want to keep the pelvis level and absolutely stable. You can work with the leg in tabletop, or if you're flexible, with the leg up to the ceiling. The leg stays parallel all the time, it doesn't turn in or out. And we're going to do 2 slow, big circles and 3 small, fast ones. So we're inhaling to take the leg across the midline and away, and exhale out to the side and in. Inhale across and away. Exhale out to the side and in. 3 small, 1 and 2 and 3. And reverse. Inhale out to the side and away. Exhale across and in. Out to the side, away, across and in. 3 small, 1 and 2 and 3. Bring that leg down and swap to the other leg, either tabletop or up to the ceiling. So we're inhaling to take the leg across the midline and away. Exhale out to the side and in. Across, away, out to the side and in. 3 small, 1, 2 and 3. Reverse, out to the side and away. Across the midline and in. Out to the side, away, across and in. 3 small, 1 and 2 and 3. And then bend the knee to tabletop, take the leg down, reach the arms, reach the legs, have a good stretch through. Just give me a chance to breathe. Because doing the exercises, I'm talking all the way. Sometimes I get out of breath because I don't get the full out breath before I then go to take the next one in. We're coming up to sitting to do spine twist. So you can sit on blocks if you need to ease out any tension in the low back or hamstrings, and take the roll with you. So we're working the arms and the shoulder girdle and around the shoulder blades as well. So starting off with spine twist, we've got the wrists at the ends of the roll, applying a little bit of pressure. So not just the fingers, because then the arms aren't doing any work, but we want to have a little bit of pressure onto the roll, and then immediately you start pumping. You can feel muscles working in your arms, around the shoulders, and then around the shoulder blades. So we're keeping the arms forward, we're keeping wide open across the front of the chest. With spine twist, the movement is coming from the waist upwards, obliques contracting to make the turn happen, not because you're swinging the upper body around. So arms forward, inhale, lengthen to center, exhale, grow as you turn, everything moves together. Inhale, lengthen to center, and grow to the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, grow as you turn, and come center, and grow to the other side. Adding in pulses if it's okay for your back. Breathing in, breathing out, reach further, and center. 1, 2, 3, and center. Grow taller, 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 and center. 1 more, 2, 3, and come center. Bring the arms down to rest for a minute, and then we're going to do saw. So with saw, we need to have the legs out in front. How wide apart depends on your flexibility, because we're reaching towards the feet. So right up on the sit bones in neutral. Again, the wrists on the ends of the roll, and the arms are lifted up. Not too far back, because the shoulders will come up. So just up in front of the forehead, and we are inhaling to grow as you turn. Exhale, stick the bottom out, stick the chest out, lengthen forward to that foot. Inhale, stay. Exhale, slide shoulder blades down as you roll evenly back up, and come back to center. Inhale, grow as you turn. Lengthen out as far as you can. Inhale, stay. Exhale, roll back up, shoulders down, and come center. Inhale, grow as you turn. Lengthen forward. Inhale, hold. And exhale, restack. And come center. Inhale, grow as you turn. Lengthen out. Inhale, stay. And exhale, rolling up. Come back to center. Bring the roll down. Give the arms a little bit of a shake. And then we'll come on to sides next, I think, to do side leg lifts. So have your roll in front of you for when we do the bottom leg, to get the top leg out of the way. And ideally, you've got the arm outstretched. You can have the soft pad if you have a soft cushion or something to go in between the ear and the arm if that's more comfortable. If that doesn't work for your neck or shoulder, pop the block under a pad, or the book, telephone book if you haven't got a block, and have the underneath arm coming forwards instead. So we've got the body and the legs in a straight line. You can have a look down and make sure they are, and then bring the head back into alignment. Hips are stacked, legs are stacked, waistline and ribs are drawn out of the mat, because we want to keep the spine in alignment as well. So you could think of it as pushing the top pelvis away from you, or you could think about it as drawing waistline and ribs out of the mat. So the legs are parallel, pulled up thighs, pulled up knees, and we're inhaling to point and lift just to hip height. Exhale, flex the foot, reach the heel away as you draw the leg down. Inhale, point and lift. Exhale, flex and lower. Point and lift, flex and lower, point and lift, flex and lower, point and lift, flex and lower, and one more, and bring it down. Top leg circle, just hip height, 5 little circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring the leg down. Staggered leg. So don't take the top leg too high, because you need to bring the whole of the bottom leg up to meet it. Keep the knee and thigh pulled up, lower with control. Lift, lift, and lower. Lift, lift, lower. Lift, lift, lower. Lift, lift, and lower. Both legs together. Think length rather than height. Breathing in, breathing out to reach them away, and lengthen down. Reach away, and lower. Reach, lower, lengthen away, and one more, and bring them down. And now upper body and legs, breathing in, breathing out to come up, and lengthen away. Exhale, reach, and lengthen out. Lift, lengthen away, lift, lower, lift, and lower. Now the bottom leg. So bring the roll to you, bend the top knee and ankle onto the roll. Don't let the top hip roll forward. So bring that roll into you. We just want to get that top leg out of the way so the bottom leg is free to move. Waistline and ribs are staying off the mat. Keep knee and thigh pulled up. We don't want to risk twisting the knee. So we're lifting. Think more about the heel than the toes to keep the leg parallel. Lift and lower. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, and lower. 5 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then pulses, lift the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the leg down. Move the roll away. Bend the knees in front of the hips. Shins parallel to the front of the mat. Waistline and ribs still off. Keeping the hips more or less stable. Feet up or down, up to you. Open out the top knee. Control it coming down. Lift and lower. Lift, lower, lift and lower. 4 more. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And Pelvic floor and tummy staying gently tightened as you turn round to the other side. So stay facing the same way so that your roll is in the right place. And you've got body in a straight line with the legs, neck long, hip stack, legs parallel, pulled up thighs, pulled up knees, draw waistline and ribs out of the mat. So inhale, point and lift. Exhale, flex and lower. Point and lift, 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 flex and lower. Top leg circle, just hip height. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring the leg down, staggered leg. Reach the top leg, reach the whole of the bottom leg up to meet it, squeezing the thighs together, lower with control. Lift, lift and lower. Lift, lift, lower. Lift, lift, lower. Lift, lift, lower. Lift, lift and lower. Both legs together, breathing in, breathing out. Reach them away and lengthen down. Reach and lower. Reach, lower, reach, lower, reach and lower. And then upper body as well, breathing in, breathing out to come up and lengthen away. Exhale, reach and lower. Reach, lower, reach, lower, reach and lower. Bring the roll to you. Bend the top knee and ankle onto the roll. Hips stacked, waistline and ribs off the mat. Pulled up thigh and knee. Lift and lower. Lift, lift, lift and lift. 5 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Bring the leg down and then pulses, take it up and then lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 20. And bring the leg down and have a little breather. Okay. So we're going to come onto our backs to do slow double leg stretch with beats. You can do this on the mat. If you do it on the mat, you can bring the arms into it as well. If you're doing it on the roll, you need to keep the arms down or you'll fall off the roll. So we can break this down. If you're not yet able to take both legs off the mat, then you can do a double knee drop. When I say knee drop, I mean a controlled one. So you've got feet and knees hip width apart, back neutral, pelvic floor tummy gently tightened, and you're taking the knees out to the side, straightening the legs, turn them parallel, draw in, open out, straight out in front of you, turn them parallel and draw it in. So I'll show you the full exercise on the mat and then go on to the roll for those who want to go on to the roll. So breaking it down, taking the legs up, you're in neutral, pelvic floor tummy gently tightened, breathing in, breathing out to tighten up. One leg tabletop, second leg tabletop, feet together, knees apart. So you're breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, reach the legs to the ceiling, really turned out in the hip joint, pull up thighs, pull up knees, gently point the toes. Inhale, take the legs hip width apart. Exhale, 3 heel beats. 1, 2, 3. Bring the legs together and bend the knees. Inhale, exhale, reach up, inhale apart. Exhale, beat. 1, 2, 3. Inhale together and bring it down. If you want to add in the arms, you're going to reach them forward as the legs come up to the ceiling, but keep wide open across the front of the chest, shoulder blades sliding down the back. And the arms just stay there while the legs do the beating and then come back to the knees as they come down. If you want to add in the upper body as well, breathe in, breathe out to tighten up. One leg tabletop. Second leg tabletop, feet together, knees apart. Hands pressing lightly on the outside of the knees. So inhale to lengthen the back of the neck. Breathing out, reach legs to the ceiling, arms reach forward, shoulder blades sliding down the back. Inhale apart, exhale, beat 1, 2, 3. Inhale together and bring it down. Lengthen, curl up, extend arms and legs. Inhale apart, exhale, beat 1, 2, 3. Inhale together and bring it down. And then if you're going on to the roll, then you can do the upper body and the legs, but not the arms. So we will do it at least 4 times through. So as usual with the roll, tailbone down at one end, feet hip width apart, knees bent pointing up to the ceiling, line up the spine, check that the head is fully supported. So we're in neutral, pelvic floor, tummy gently tightened, breathing in, breathing out to tighten up. One leg tabletop, second leg tabletop, feet together, knees apart. Inhale, lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, curl up, extend the legs. Inhale apart, exhale, beat 1, 2, 3. Inhale together and bring it down. Lengthen, curl up, reach the legs. Inhale apart, exhale, beat 1, 2, 3. Inhale together and lower. Lengthen, curl up, extend. Inhale apart, exhale, beat 1, 2, 3. Inhale together and exhale to come down. Inhale, lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, extend the legs. Inhale apart, exhale, beat 1, 2, 3. Inhale together and lower. Lengthen, curl up, reach the legs. Inhale apart, exhale, beat 1, 2, 3. Inhale together and bring it down. One more. Lengthen the back of the neck. Curl up, tummy flat, reach the legs. Inhale apart, exhale, beat 1, 2, 3. Inhale together and bring it down. Always finishing off knee, legs tabletop. One leg down, second leg down. Reach the legs, reach the arms, and have a good stretch out. Take the arms out to the side, just let the elbows bend slightly. If you're on the roll, you'll feel a nice stretch across the front of the shoulders. And then we're coming on to fronts to do swimming on 4-point kneel. So you can have the hands on the roll to add a little challenge, add a little instability, or you can have the hands down on the mat, up to you. So we want to keep the back absolutely stable in neutral. So not rounding off and not overarching, keeping it absolutely stable. So pelvic floor and tummy staying gently tight, neck staying long. Breathing in, breathing out. Reach the right arm, left leg. If you feel stable, you can reach them off the mat. Don't try and take the leg too high because it will take the pelvis out of alignment. Then swap to the other side, reach away and draw them in. Exhale, reach out and inhale, bring them back. Reach away and lengthen down. So lengthening all the way through from the fingertips to the toes and draw in. Lengthen out and bring it back. Reach away and draw in and reach out and bring them back. 2 more. And then come back onto the heels. Let the arms roll away. Get a stretch around the shoulders. And then coming back up to sitting. So one more exercise Onto our backs again to do shoulder bridge. You can be on the roll, you can be on the mat, no blocks behind the head, or you can have the feet on the roll, up to you. Again, if your feet are on the roll, make sure that the arches are right on top. Okay, so we're drawing the heels in closer to seats. We're just going to do one variation of shoulder bridge. So we're bringing the back up, but keeping it absolutely neutral. So we're not tucking under and rolling through for this one. We're breathing in, breathing out to come up. Inhale, unfold the right leg, reach it to the ceiling. Press the left heel into the mat. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the leg down, check the pelvis is level. Unfold the left leg, reach to the ceiling. Press the right heel into the mat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fold the leg in, pop it down. Take a breath, check, and come down. Bring the knees in. Press down on the shins, let the back muscles relax into the mat. And when they have, a nice gentle rocking movement side to side. And then circles with the knees. And circles coming back the other way. And bring the legs down. So we're coming back up now to sitting, and we're going to do side bend. So this is side bend prep 1 with twist. If you can't put any strain on your wrists, you can just sit up and take one arm up, reach to the side, inhale up and down, and to the other side, over and up and down. If you're happy to try this one, you're sitting on one hip, bottom knee is coming forward, top knee up to the ceiling, top foot in front of the bottom foot. The hands supporting more or less in line with the feet, shoulder blades sliding down the back. So we're inhaling to come up. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale to the ceiling. Exhale, little reach back. Inhale, ceiling. Really lovely side bend and come down. So we're coming up, tucking under and through, up to the ceiling, reach back to the ceiling, side bend, and come all the way down. Swivel around to the other side. So again, top foot in front of the bottom foot, supporting hand in line with the feet, shoulder blades sliding down the back. Imagine you're between 2 panes of glass. So we're coming up, tucking under and through. Inhale up, exhale, reach back. Inhale to the ceiling, lovely side bend, and come down. One more, coming up, tuck under and through. Inhale up, exhale, reach back, up to the ceiling, side bend, and all the way down. Coming up now with a roll up or not, depending on you and your backs. Tuck the toes under, get a nice stretch underneath the feet. Onto the balls of the feet, reach the heels down. Feel a stretch on Achilles and calves. Hands to toes, nose to knees. Pelvic floor and tummy staying gently tightened to support the spine. Heels coming down, legs straightening, knees staying soft, rolling all the way back up to standing. So now we just finish off. We have feet hip width apart, standing up nice and tall, and we've got fingertips to shoulders, easing them through. So 4 really big circles one way, and 4 coming back the other way. And then take one arm across the chest, draw it in, slide shoulder blade down the back, and release. Other arm across, draw it in, slide shoulder blade down, and release. Clasp the hands, turn them inside out, stretch across the upper back, arms up, shrug the shoulders, slide them down, bend the elbows, push back, keep the ribs tucked away, and release. Clasp the hands behind, chest lift up to the ceiling, and release. Arms up as high as they can go. If it's all right for you to roll down, then do. Otherwise, just pulse the arms up, Count to 20. Bring the arms down to the seat before you roll back up. Pelvic floor and tummies, as always, gently tighten. Last little bit, hands on top of the head. Shrug the shoulders, drop or slide them down. Fix your eyes on a spot that's not moving, coming up to a rise. Get your balance, take the arms up, circle round, shoulder blades sliding into their little pockets, arms down, bring the heels down, bend the knees hip width apart, shake and wriggle all over, and thank you very much.